You are just in time for our family tech segment. This is where we talk about different conversations around the family. And today, now that we are on that holiday break, not us, school-going children, they have a long break, like a 2-month long break, and we just want to try and see ways in which we can be able to ensure that our children are engaged during this time. So the topic of conversation is navigating the long holidays, and you know, the children are at home full-time. Now what? And I want to pose a question to you as a parent or a guardian who's watching us right now. What are your plans for your children during this long holiday? Just talk to us, let us know what you're planning to do with the children, how you're planning on engaging them. Kama unaenda kuwapeleka ushago, you just talk to us, let us know what you're planning to do around this time with your children, and we'll be going through those messages. You can send us a WhatsApp message via our number. It will be right there on your screens within no time. But right now, how about I engage with one of my guests who's already here? We have Anthony Njenga. Anthony Njenga is a psychologist. He's also a mental health champion and mentor as well. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
You're doing well this morning?
I am well.
All right.
Yes.
So let's get into this topic. Watoto wamefunga shule.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll get back to Anthony in a few, but we would want to get to hear from you, just to get to understand wewe unapanga kupanga aje your daughter or your son during this long holiday. It's a really long one, and you know, they say that an idle mind, yes, you know what they say about the idle mind and it being the devil's workshop. So you need to ensure that your child is not idle, you know. You just ensure that you're engaging them in one way or the other. And around this time also, a lot gets to happen, you know. A lot gets to happen. Now we are in that period where gadgets are everything. So you need to also be watchful of what your children are watching when it is that screen time for them. So that is exactly what we'll be looking at. Now back to you, Anthony.
Yes.
You know, first of all, welcome once again.
Thank you so much.
To the show. It's a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you so much.
It's the long holiday, and most times tukikuwa katika, you know, this period where it's that kind of long holiday, wazazi pia wanaanza complain because now wanashindwa, what are we supposed to do with these children at home every day, all the time?
Yeah.
You know, maybe just from your own perspective, how to go about, you know, just ensuring that these children, as they are home, they're also just going to be as good as well they're in school.
Unajua kitu moja Vivian, hata venye umesema the first point, ati wanashindwa what are they going to do with these children now that they are home. Unajua hii kitu wanafaa kuwa wako nayo. It should be in their mentality, because they had gone to school, they have been in school. Now they are home. It was coming. Wakiwa shule, definitely at some point wangekuwa tu na holiday.
Yeah.
So as a parent, usikuwe na ile pressure ya ati ama unakuwa na ile tension that now kids are home, now what am I going to do with these kids? I'm confused. But I think ukipeleka watoto shule wakati walikuwa third term, there was that expectation that at some point they're going to close school.
Yeah.
And as a parent, unafaa kuwa umejipanga. So during this time, in this holiday, kama mzazi, it's important to tell the parents that they should have that awareness, because right now we are living in a very different era. Kuna Gen Z, kuna Generation Alpha, kuna technology, there is all that. So it's something that parents should be keen on, because another thing that is important to mention is, you know, at shule, kwanza sana high school, there's a lot that happens, Vivian. There are kids that either go through some issues in high school or in primary school.
Yeah.
So it's important even during this time, hata watoto wakiwa nyumbani, you should engage your kids and having conversations with them to understand how a school been. Unajua shida ni ati wazazi wengi watoto wakifunga shule, juu most of the time wanakujanga na report book ya the performance, inaanzanga ni kelele. Wewe mbona umefail, mbona last term ulikuwa unapata, kama ni high school ulikuwa unapatanga B, nao umerudi mpaka C, kama ulikuwa unapata C sasa unapata D, shida ni gani? Anamchapa. that's not the way or the best way to have conversations with these children. Sana sana if wamepita the teen, the adolescence, na wakaingia high school and all that. So it's important for parents to have sit downs with their children. Kukuwa na zile conversations, unawauliza hata kama wamefail, just try and have an understanding of why, because you see, performance for adolescents, most of the time there is an underlying issue. In psychology, we normally take an issue as a symptom. Performance or decline in grades, that's a symptom. And in every symptom, there's an underlying cause towards that symptom happening. So get to understand, what is the issue? Is it the school? Because most of the time, these kids might be affected with performance. Either ni shule ndiyo shida, ama ni nyumbani ndiyo shida. You understand?
Yeah.
So it could be an internal pressure, maybe, ndio maana hivyo grades zimeenda chini. So akiwa nyumbani, get to have conversations with them. But you see, the problem is, most parents, kuna ile strictness wameweka to a point the kids now fear even engaging the parents in conversation. Unapata kama
parent is not even approachable at all.
You understand? Because mtoto anajua ama anaangalia in this perspective. When I approach my mom, when I approach my dad, when I approach my guardian, nikimwambia this and this is what happened, they will either lecture me or beat me or do something that is not good. So as parents, you need also to create a safe environment. Mimi nasemanga hivi, Vivian, hata kama wewe ni mzazi mwenye previously before you had created an unsafe environment where your kids can't talk to you, it is not too late. You can just start from where they are. But now sasa shida ni sasa the kids maybe wamemea pembe. Because you see, when a kid starts kusumbua or start being stubborn, then it's a lot of that has to do with the environment that they're coming from.
Yes. We'll pick it up from there. Let's take a break and then we'll come back to continue with this conversation. Don't go too far. And we are back. Thank you for staying with us. Remember, you can get to talk to us. Our number is 0716-103-301. 0716-103-301. I would love to get to hear from you. What are you planning to do with your child during these long holidays? Kuna mambo ambayo umempangia, have you taken them up country? Are there activities that you're engaging them with? Just talk to us. Let us get to know how you're planning to go about it. Maybe another parent may borrow a thing or two from what you are doing or planning to do. Back to you, Anthony. Rajo, you were talking about the fact that sometimes our parents are not okay, they say you're not supposed to be it's not a must for you to be your child's friend, but at least be friendly.
Exactly.
That your child can be able to talk to you.
Absolutely.
If there's a matter that is disturbing them, if there's one thing or the other, they can be able to talk to you.
Yes.
And that is what you were commenting on, just telling parents, be there for your child, allow your child to be able to speak to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
There needs to be a balance between, being discipline and also allowing them to express how they feel to you. Don't create that wall or that gap, because you see, for children, the moment this child sees that there is a block or there is a wall that has been created from them to the parent, then now they tend to express how they feel through other methods which is common right now yenye wanafanya ni porn. Unapata mtoto ako kwa simu. You see, that another dangerous thing is most parents wanaona ni vizuri kuachia mtoto simu ndio pia hao wakuwe na that time. Well, it's okay to have your personal time as a parent, but also what are these kids doing on their phone? Because most of the time unapata mtoto amefungua Telegram, unapata mtoto ako ana watch some very weird and bad stuff that inafanya moral zake zikuwe mbaya sana. So as much as you also need to maybe kama ni kidogo wapatie simu, let them also engage or watch things that are helping them. Ndio wasikue wana engage na vitu zingine kwa simu, alafu later on who will they blame? They will only blame you, because watasema mama yangu baba yangu alikuwa tu ameniachia simu, ananiachia tu TV. I can do all I want. So they never check, they never ask, they never check on me, they never allow me express. There is that gap. Apart from even whatever the phone, their kids will engage in other sexual activities. Napata mtoto wa miaka 13 years, 12 years engaging in a sexual activity. Then in the process you find that umeambiwa mtoto wa neighbor ameimpregnate a 13-year-old na kijana ako 14, msichana ako 13. So you see now that's issues of teenage pregnancy at a very young age. So it's a wake-up call to parents. Yeah. It's a wake-up call that as much as hii time yote wako holiday for the two months plus and all that, have that time to also engage with them. Not only usiwaache tu ati wa engage kwa simu na waende wanacheza. There should be a balance. You see, for a family setup, during this time, I believe every family has a structure. And in every structure there is a routine. So isikue hata pia when it comes to the meal, waking up time, meal time and also time ya kulala. Isikue mtoto wako umemwalao aamke at 11 am ama aamke time anataka, time ya kukula anaweza kula time anataka, time ya kulala anaweza lala time anataka. There should be a routine.
So you're saying that structure is really important because you know it's something they were used to in school.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
in school there's structure.
Yes.
You know, you're waking up at this time, even if you're not in boarding school. Unajua kama you're a day scholar, unaamkanga at this particular time. This is the time when you go to the stage, maybe for the school bus, or if you're taking a matatu, or you're being dropped to school. Unafaa kukua shule by this time. This time to this time, there's this lesson that you're having. After this, there's this other. So there's structure in school.
And
you know,
routine.
There's routine. So you're saying it's good to maintain that. Why is that important?
The reason why it's important to maintain structure and routine is because you see with that, it also helps this child of yours be able to learn and understand that even in life, there are things that should happen in a certain way, and if you don't do it in this way, these are the dangers of it. Like structure keeps any family, not only family, but also every system or any kind of organization or system. There should be a structure that or a routine that is followed. That if you don't do this, if, for example, there is time for doing chores, there is time for studying, there is time for play, and there is time for rest. That should be very clear, and you should set that rule ya nyumba that kama ni time ya kucheza ni hii wakati, kama ni time ya kufanya chores, kama ni time ya kusoma, because hata kama unataka mtoto wako asome na apite, they also need to rest. So don't also be so strict. Ndio ati kila wakati wako kwa kitabu. No, it should be that routine and structure that at this time, if it is waking up, we should wake up as a family and you as the children by 10. Na breakfast, it's served by 10. Ukimiss 10 breakfast, ni shauri yako. Ungoje mpaka lunch. The same thing happens in their schools. Kama ni lunch time wanaendanga ama kama ni lunch time wanaendanga lunch kitu kama 12 ama 1 p.m. Ukimiss 1 p.m. sinamaanisha wata assume you're not interested in eating. So there should be that structure and set it very clearly so that they can be able to understand. Ndio hata wakimaliza shule, when they complete either primary level or secondary level, when they join campus or college or they do engage in business or stuff like that, they will know for any system to operate and work successfully, there is a routine, there is a structure that has to be there. Isikuwe unamwachilia kwe freestyle. Juu ukimwachilia atafanya vitu zingine and they will engage even in crime, because you see now they have a whole 2 months. There are songs, wimbo ni mingi zinatokea. So hata wimbo zingine zenye wanasikiza, the songs that they're listening to, some of them are not even helping, because some of them are encouraging crime and gang and all that. So it's important as a parent, as much as you also need your personal time, because you see, as a parent, you can't pour from an empty cup. As much as you want your personal time, it's important to also check in with your children. Allow them to also express how they feel. Monitor what they do. Just have that structure and routine. Usiwaachilie na usikuwe too strict. There should be a balance.
There should be a balance.
Yes.
Because pia kuna point unaweza fika mpaka inakuwa sasa hii hata mama sasa wewe ni mtiaji. Kwa sababu tumefunga shule bado unataka nikae in this particular way, you know, unataka mpaka kuniambia nikuwe na timetable bado.
Unajua pia wako na hobbies. You see these children, they have hobbies. They have things they love doing. So get to understand. Unajua kuna wazazi hawajui what their children even love doing. Wana assume wanajua but hawajui. You assume your child loves to sing, but mtoto wako maybe hapendi kuimba, because also for adolescents and teenagers or teens, hiyo inaitwaje, creativity na kenye wanapenda huwa zina change at some point. Kuna wakati watapenda kuimba, then at some point wa discover, I can dance. Get to understand like ni nini unapenda kufanya. Kama ni swimming, ndio time mzuri ya kuwa enroll to these swimming clubs. Kama ni dancing, kuna a lot of dance clubs. Wacha waende wa engage. Kama ni mambo na kuimba, just try and help them see kitu wanaweza learn, because you see when it comes to every talent and every hobby you can even gain something out of it. Hata after high school ama primary wanajipata hata wana make some money out of their talent, because if it is dance wakianza ku-enroll na hizi dance groups after high school, they can maybe form their own dance group. If it is singing, they can now go and start learning piano lessons, vocal, and maybe after high school they can discover, oh, aside from having a career that I will want to do and engage in college or campus, I can be able to teach people vocals and maybe how to play piano, how to play guitar. So it's important to also understand, what does your child love to do? What does your child want to engage in? Don't just usiwaachilie na pia usikuwe too strict. Kama ni masomo, wacha wasomo to a certain time, because normally psychologically a human brains ya concentration, lifespan ya concentration ya mwanadamu inakuanga inarangeanga 1 to 2 hours. Sasa kuna mzazi anaambia mtoto wenda kwa room, kaa hapo jifungie mpaka kutoka saa 6 mpaka 4, toka hapo 4. Sasa surely for hiyo hours 4 zote just have akuwe na breaks. Unamwambia kama ni kusoma soma, kama unataka usaidizi mahali, feel free to ask me, but if you let your child ajue that you are very strict, create that barrier, then it will become a challenge. It will become even hard for them to actually openly communicate to you and tell you that there is a challenge I have. I've experienced bullying in school. I've experienced maybe sodomy or sexual abuse or something like that. Because it's important to understand. Ndio unajua kuna shock fulani wazazi wanapata. Mtoto amemaliza high school, ameenda college or engage in business or something. Then they start realizing that their children are engaging in another harmful behaviors. Maybe, for example, they find that now maybe it's a boy child. Their friends, circle of friends ni boys peke. And you don't question that as a parent. You see, most of the sexual orientation zina happening in schools. Mtoto akiwa primary hapo na akiwa secondary, there's a lot that happens. Inaweza kuwa alikuwa sexually oriented to something that is more harmful to them, but maybe hakuwa anajua. Then sasa after they complete high school or primary, wakikuwa adults, wakiendelea tu kuwa adults, they engage in some things. Unashindwa mbona mtoto wako amefanya hivi na hivi, amekuletea kitu huko una expect. I'm not trying to beef the whatever community, but I'm just trying to say it's important to have those quality conversations, those family connection moments where hata wakati kama ni chakula usikubali ya mtoto wako wakati ni time ya food anaenda kukulia chakula kwa bedroom. Jua ni nini anafanya kwa hiyo bedroom, because you see during this holiday there is a lot of suicide cases that happen, because you see that aspect of either parent ako very strict ama parent ameachilia mtoto sana. So there's that void, there's that gap that has been created in that child, in that child's internal mind, internal body and all that. So it becomes a challenge. So get to be very active and participate in what they do. As much as you also have your personal whatever as a parent, because you also need to go to work and
Yeah, even actually I was to speak on that. We're living in a really fast-paced time. Parents need to make ends meet, so sometimes they don't have time to be present, to be present and be there in the house.
No, that's
especially during this time.
That's an excuse.
I know it may sound like an excuse. It may sound like an excuse, but tuambiane ukweli, like tunatafuta pesa, right? So unapata tuseme the dad leaves the house by 6 a.m. na ametoka ameenda kazini, and he remains engaged throughout the day, maybe comes back home at 7 p.m. Now again they need to prepare for tomorrow. So sometimes I want to extend some grace to some of the parents.
It's good to extend the grace,
busy.
But it's an excuse. Let me just say this for a fact. Hiyo venye unasema hiyo yote ni excuse, because you see venye umesema mzazi anatoka kwa nyumba 6. Na maybe unasema hana hiyo time na mtoto. Hiyo 6 akitoka kwa nyumba it's a small things that matters. Akitoka kwa nyumba, can they go maybe kwa bedroom ya mtoto?
Amelala.
Hata kama amelala, that voice ya nimeenda job, ukuwe na siku poa, or just that. Ama juu hata ukiwa kazi, I believe in any private or public business or work environment, si kuna breaks, si kuna tea break, kuna lunch break, na kuna maybe break ya jioni, whichever. Hiyo break, hata kama unapewa break ya 1 hour na unataka kukula, you can just make a call for just a minute or 2 to check on your child on how they are doing. Because if you say uko busy sana hauna time, inamaanisha hata we mwenyewe haujajipanga, then personally as a parent you will experience burnout. You should have the balance. As much as uko na kazi mingi unafanya, kuona ile balance ya ile free time uko nayo kidogo, just that call kujulia mtoto hali, unaendeleaje, unafanya nini. it matters because let me give you a practical example. Ni juzi nilikuwa napanda public means na I saw the conductor akiongea na the child akimwambia umekula, na ako kwa gari bado analipisha fare. So you want to tell me these people are not busy? They are busy, but they can make time to call their children and ask unafanya nini, umekula? Umekula, uko sawa? Uko na kitu unahitaji, you see? So ukisema ati mzazi haezi kuwa na time ya kucheck in na mtoto na kumwangalia na kumjulia hali hata kama ako job ama ako busy, that's an excuse, Vivian. You can always create even a minute or two in a whole day, because siku inakuanga na 12 hours. Ukiamka kutoka asubuhi na maybe unaenda job 6 na unatoka job kitu 10 ama 9 ama 8 ama 7. In hapo yote unataka kuniambia hautakuwa na time ka kupumzika?
So you need to be intentional.
Intentional and create a balance.
Parenting and create a
exactly. Intentional parenting and have a balance to know this is not only you as a parent, you also have kids. It's not a selfish family. It's an intentional family where you engage each other. You and the kids. So as much as uko busy, that 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 minutes to call your child and just check on them. Wanafanya nini, wako wapi? Hata kama maybe you are a single parent na maybe umeenda kazi, umeacha mtoto nyumbani. Check on them. Umekula, unaendelea, unafanya such those small things,
they matter.
See ati ile kitu kubwa sana. The small things that you do as a parent really matters.
Really matter.
Yeah.
All right, get to be part of this conversation. The number is right there on your screens: 0716-103-301, 0716-103-301. You are allowed to call us live and talk to us, or you can just send us a WhatsApp message. We want to know how you are planning on, navigating this time, this period of time, the whole of November, the whole of December, that you will be having your child at home. Tuambie wewe unafanya nini? What are you doing to ensure that your child, as much as they are home, they are also just as safe as they usually are. When they're in school, they're also just as engaged in, their minds are also just as engaged. And Anthony, even speaking about that, speaking as a psychologist, why is it important to always have, a child, engaged even, mentally, emotionally, mentally specifically as well? Why is it so important? The
reason why that is important is because, you see, as a human being, you need to be active. And not only in one particular lifestyle. You need to engage your mind, your body, your spirit, your physical activity and all that with something. You see, the moment you are not engaged in something, or maybe you're engaged in one particular thing for some time without having to balance or switch or do some other things that are helpful, just as again, I see, life is not too serious, Vivian. Kuna time you need to rest, you need to play. You need to play and you need to also to be serious. So it's important, and the importance of why we need to engage your child or engage yourself as a child who is at home or something with something that you're doing is because it will keep you active and it will keep you on toes and it will help you understand really what real life is, because you see, life is not all about just being serious and all that. You need also to have that time to play, have some good time, quality time, relax, maybe video game for 20 minutes, kidogo tu, for just kurelax mind yako. But the moment you're not doing something constructive, or you're doing something constructive for some time without having to give breaks for yourself, then it becomes a challenge.
All right, let us pick our first caller, Dixon from Eldoret. Good morning.
Sometimes without having to give breaks for yourself, then it becomes a challenge. All right, let us pick our first caller, Dixon from
Dixon, kindly mute your TV.
Good morning.
Mute TV yako tafadhali ndo tuweze kuelewana.
Yes, good morning.
How are you? Talk to us. Tuambie wewe unapangaje during this time?
Okay.
Please mute your TV. Please mute your TV. Zima volume ya TV.
This holiday. Okay.
Okay. Dixon? Dixon, hi. Can you hear me? Oh, we've lost him. Kindly, when you call us, just mute your TV so that we can be able to get to understand each other. Ukiwa unajisikiza, tunakusikia pia tunajisikiza tena. Just mute your TV when you call ndo tuweze kuelewana. Dixon, you can call back. Anyway, let's continue with the conversation. And by the way, Nelly has joined us. Nelly Mutai, who's a multimedia creative and also an actress. Welcome to the program.
Asante sana.
Sasa Nelly, you've joined us while we're talking about this conversation. We're just trying to look at how to ensure that our kids are engaged when they're at home. And also as parents, like what role are you supposed to play right now? Are you the kind of parent mwenye sasa unashindwa hawa watoto sasa huu muda wote nafaa kufanya nini na? And there's something we were talking about with Anthony. The thing that, you know, right now people are busy. Tunatafuta pesa sisi sote. So a parent is maybe wondering, sasa napata time ya kukaa na mtoto nyumbani saa ngapi na naenda kumtafutia school fees ya next term saa ngapi? So what's your take on that?
I feel like holidays are a moment for parents to really bond with their children. You know, these are the days you wake up in the morning, you see your child briefly, they go to school, and then sometimes you see them briefly in the evening or sometimes not. So I feel like parents should really create time to bond with their children. This is not a time to take your kids to go to their grandparents, you know, like pushing them away. No, you need to create activities.
Allow me to cut you short kidogo. Let's pick this caller. Morris from Taita, good morning. Good morning, Morris. Zungumza nasi. Wewe unafanya nini na watoto wakati huu?
You? Good morning, Morris. Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Tunakusikia Morris.
Hello.
Kindly mute your TV. Tunakusikia.
Hello.
Wow. Okay, I think we're having issues with our calls today. All right, I think we're having issues with our call, but kindly when you call, just mute your TV. But remember, you can also send a message via WhatsApp. The number is the same, 0716-103-301. Yes, let's get back to you, Nelly.
So I was saying this is a time for parents to really bond with their children. Like it's not the time for you to send your kids away to their aunties, to their you know, grandparents. So yani unaona ni kama imekuwa stressful. No, it's time for parents to bond with their children, create activities. It is possible. It is possible to work, and unaona kids, they thrive in what do you call it? Like a program. You know, even in school, they know time, a structure. Like in the morning, I'm having tea. Sunday, I'm playing this. So kids thrive in structure, even at home. So create a program. Like this is the time you wake up. If you have a kid, moja naitwa Kevin, moja naitwa Almasi. Almasi, you're watering the plants. Give them chores, give them duties, create a program, engage with them, let them have activities. You will find that holidays will be more interesting and more fun than just seeing it like a burden.
But Nelly, do you agree? Because Vivian was arguing something. She was saying that the moment parents are normally busy, wanasema wako busy, wameshikana na job, hawawezi engage na watoto. Do you think that's not an excuse? Hiyo ni excuse, so they can create time.
It's an excuse.
They can just create
because I feel like for things that you love, you create time.
Exactly.
These same parents have time to socialize with their friends. They go out, they do social gathering things, they go to church, you know. So I feel like it's an excuse. Yes, I do agree. Parents can get busy, but you can also create time. Yeah.
So it's what we were saying earlier on. It's just intentionality. Ensuring that you're being intentional. Remember, during this time is also the time when also all the predators are also now awake because they know there are children who are very idle. And we were talking about the phones and the fact that now, you know, screen times, almost even 5-year-olds have phones, 2-year-olds have phones. So this is also the time when predators are taking advantage of this. So maybe for the parent who's watching us, what's the best way to go about ensuring that your child, you know, your child stays protected in all of this? You know, simu yake, you know, how to just ensure that you're following up on what they're looking at, what are they watching, as you had mentioned earlier, who are they talking to, because you never know, someone anaweza kuwa ameingia wako na mpaka Instagram accounts, anasema I've gotten this new friend, she's saying she's 12 years old, but saizo it's not a 12-year-old, it is a whole, you know, adult.
There are these applications where people, kids play games, then they start chatting with other people that they play games with, and some of them are grown adults. So I feel like phones should be protected. There's always that family link that links your phone to your child.
Yes.
Check your child's phone all the time and have that like family link, because I have it with my daughter's tablet. Like I see everything she looks at, and then I've also done a time limit. Like maybe now because it's holidays, I'll put 3 hours. On school days, I usually put 1 hour. So like after she's done her assignment and she plays, after 1 hour it goes off. She can't use it. So like limit peer time, because then again there'll be over, you know, a lot of screen time is also not good for development of kids.
For me, I'd say I have a brother. He is actually 19 years. He's a teenager. Hiyo kumonitor venye anasema will be difficult for a teenager. It will be extremely difficult. So personally, because I'm the firstborn, unajua firstborns wanakuanga deputy parents.
Yes, you are. By default.
By default.
So me being a deputy parent, I've seen my parents, as much as they're engaged on what they are doing on their phones, personally, I take my brother's phone. Literally, namwambia nipatie hiyo simu yako.
Anthony, let's pick this caller first. We have John from Malindi. John, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Tueleze John, wewe unafanya nini na watoto wakati huu wa holidays?
Okay. Mimi watoto niko nao nyumbani. Siko wapeleka kwa nyanya yao. Sasa huwa nawapeleka kama activities kama beach. Kwenda kuswim. Jua alikuwa kinisumbua sana, shule zilikuwa on. They like swimming, so sasa ina tu program at least twice a week tunaenda beach naogelea. Alafu pia nyumbani hapa kuna hizi holiday assignment books nilichukua, so kuna program anafanya assignment. Ili kwa kibisa sasa maana holiday ni ndefu sana.
Kwa hiyo unatafuta wakati wa kuwa nao.
Na ni lazima maana hiyo alipokuwa shule I was not with them. Watu wengine wamekuwa wamenilisi sana. So I create time to be with them. At least to create the bonding.
Yes,
absolutely.
Nice.
All right. Thank you so much, John. There you have it. By the way, intentionality. In one way or the other, you just look at ways to just create that time in order to bond with your child. You know, and for those, I keep wanting to extend grace to the ones who maybe they don't have that time. I know you've said hakuna cha kupata, kukua hauna time, but just trying to extend. Kwa wale ambao they feel like it's overwhelming. You know, you had mentioned this is not the time to send your kid maybe aende kwa auntie fulani, but kwa yule ambaye it's overwhelming for them, is it not just fine taking them to a place where you know huku kuna adults wenye wako 24/7, like for example up country, you know their grandmother is there and the grandmother is present in the house, and you know mimi nikiwa nyumbani sipatikani jamani.
Tuangalie the reality wazazi wengi wakipeleka watoto ushago sio ati juu hawana wakati. Wanajua kwa nini wanafanya hivyo, wana hepa responsibility ama hawataki kusumbuliwa. You see, mtoto ndo akuwe msumbufu, inaanzanga from the environment, na wazazi wenyewe ndio wameinstill hiyo kusumbua. Sasa wewe kuchukua watoto wako wapeleke nyumbani, hiyo haimaanishi ati sasa uko overwhelmed, because sasa kama uko overwhelmed basi si lazima create your balance. Hata kama yes unaweza kuwa uko busy useme sasa watoto kama ni kupeleka watoto nyumbani, wacha ikuwe from clear grounds that na kupeleka nyumbani kwa either shosho yako, grandmother, grandfather, kubond na wao, si ati ni kwa sababu niko overwhelmed. Because wewe kusema uko overwhelmed ni excuse. Wapeleke ndio wakuwe na time, na the other people ndio wapate, maybe now speaking from a single parenting, maybe single mothers wakati wako nyumbani, if it's a boy child and these boys need other men, na maybe yeye anakaa Nairobi na nyumbani ni kama huko Eldoret, Kisii and stuff, ni vizuri wapeleke huko kama kuna wajomba kama kuna grandfather aende interact now, but isikuwe from a point of mimi nimechoka, niko overwhelmed, niko na mambo zangu, wacha niwasukume huko. Hapana.
Vivian, there's this issue. There's some parents who don't even know who their kids are.
Yeah.
They even call to school, they're being told their child is a bully. They are shocked.
Yeah.
They don't even know, because they don't even spend time with these kids.
Absolutely.
They don't know who they are.
Yeah.
They don't know their personalities, things they like, things they do, if they are being naughty and things like that.
Yeah.
So I would urge parents, at least for the first 2-3 weeks, because this holiday is really long.
Yeah.
You see, like it's more than 2 months.
Yes.
So at least stay with your kids for a while, and then maybe you can send them on. You can send them to their grandparents or their relatives. And also the idea of sending to grandparents is not bad, because nowadays here in Nairobi or in like urban places, we don't, wanasema touch grass, we don't touch grass. Like I feel like we're not in touch with reality. But when you go to maybe up countries, you get to see the cows. Like I realized a few months ago, I think my daughter saw a cow for the first time.
Oh, really?
A few months ago.
Alikuwa anaita aje?
No, but I like ameona kwa like in
the
TV
books and all.
books,
Yeah.
but not like this. So it's really also good to send them home or play with the chickens and all that. It's also nice, but don't do it as a way of like, you know, getting away from that responsibility. Kumpeana, like, oh, this is a lot of work. No. Just do it so that they can also bond with their grandparents and relatives, and also just get in touch with nature. It's also beautiful.
Ndio umesema mtoto wako ameona ng'ombe for the first time. Nikakumbuka I also have a relative alipeleka ushago for the first time, akaona kuku. Akaulizwa hii ni nini? Akasema hii ni mbuzi.
Kuku.
Like they don't really have that touch, that ground understanding really, because unajua sasa ushago kuna hiyo nini, kuna hiyo touch yenye unaweza kuwa nayo, si kama si kama tao.
Or like on TV. So it's also a good thing.
Yeah, I feel like you know, with the conversation that we've had so far, we've really based it on maybe younger children. You know, I want us now to try look at teenagers, you know, Form 1 students, Form 2, Form 3, you know, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. I'm sure keeping up with them is very different compared to the smaller ones, you know, the ones in primary school. It's definitely different. So now for a parent who has 3 teenagers in the house.
Now for teenagers, now let's talk about the challenge here. For teenagers, you see these people, hao watu wako na knowledge kubwa sana. They have the knowledge sana, wanaitananga soshi. Soshi unajua inamaanisha ni uko na following maybe Instagram ama TikTok. Soshi ni mtu akona jina, na jina ni through maybe the following. So unasikia tu ni soshi. I remember Malinaka, there are 2 teenagers naonanga huko ana pose for pictures, wako na my headphones and all that. They are teenagers. So handling teenagers is a bit tricky, but what I really...
Let's listen to Lydia first, and then we'll get back to that. Lydia from High Rise, morning.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Lydia? How are you navigating?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm watching the program. And I am really thankful for you bringing such program.
Thank you, you're welcome.
And I think parents should create time to be with their children. We can't say that we are too busy. We need to find time. Me personally, I am a busy person, but during holiday, I find time to teach them how to cook. I teach them the house chores, and also the part of play, like creating time to take them even for swimming.
Yes.
And they really learn a lot. And like my daughter, she has really learned a lot in cooking because of the time that I create. Like now, she can cook chapatis even when I'm not in the house.
Wow, nice.
And she's just 15 years old.
So that's a teenager. Actually, we're talking on how to engage the teenagers, and that's a good way through cooking as well.
And another thing also, like when we have the church programs, we let them join. Like in our church where I go, we normally have the ropes camp. And that one also, they will be there for a week and they will learn the word of God.
Nice.
And so it's really helping. It's really helping them to grow and even to learn to be better people. And I personally say, us as parents, we should have good time with these children, because if we leave them to the caregivers, they miss out a lot.
Absolutely.
They miss out a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lydia. Thank you so much for your contribution to this conversation. There we have it. You know, that's exactly what you were just talking about, and she's brought that other aspect of religion and just spirituality, and allowing also the child to be in that presence during this time. You know, it's also really important.
Even talent, like you can, maybe they love swimming or they love, you know, sports. So it's the time you can let them like explore and engage in such. Maybe they love music, they can join a choir or something like that.
What if a teenager tells you that they have a girlfriend? They in Form 3, they are Form 4. Yeah, they tell you, you know.
They want to go visit their girlfriend?
Yes, and you're a parent.
I don't know the rules, but the rules in our house, there was no dating.
But you see, it's different from now. These are Gen Zs. These are Generation Alphas.
I don't know.
So you see,
they should call us jealous.
Because you see, I've had experience where a parent was telling me the child is 15, Form 3, and the child was telling this parent that ako na girlfriend, na girlfriend yake ako Form 1. Anataka kwenda kumtembelea. And they've been talking and they had planned a date. So they want anataka pesa. So alikuwa anaambia mamake amtip. Na kumpeleka at least amfurahishe girlfriend yake. So as a parent, how would you take that? Because it's also another challenge. Because you see, from a 15 and a 13, because from 1 it took 13 years. Hapo unaona these people are still young people,
very young.
But they're also in that stage of discovering themselves, kujua, you know. But sasa ukimkubalisha alafu.
Wow. Well, let's pick this caller and then we get back to that. Munishi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Muyeshi?
Yes, hi.
Uko salama?
Yes. Nashukuru Mungu, labda wewe?
Niko salama pia. Tueleze wewe unafanyaje wakati huu?
Wakati huu nashukuru Mungu mwanzo. Niko na watoto wangu, mimi nge baba, mimi nge mama. Na kijana wangu yuko shuleni sasa hivi, yuko tuition. Na huyu kijana wangu mwingine mdogo, mwalimu nimeita mwalimu yuko naye hapa. Na nimewahi.
We've lost Muyeshi. But yeye ameamua bado waendelee na masomo.
Masomo ni vizuri, but also it's important to tell them, they should, sasa unajua wako holiday, wacha kukuwe na balance. Unajua wamesoma shule for some time, wacha tu sahi kukuwe tu na ka balance. Kama ni assignment, ni saa fulani tu saa fulani. Unajua concentration span ya binadamu ina take between 1 to 2 hours. So usikuwe like ni kufanya assignment the whole day. No, wacha kama ni kusoma kuwe na breaks. Hata akisoma hizo 2 hours ama akifanya assignment, wapatie 2 breaks, because also they need time to enjoy, to maybe say visit their friends, you know, engage in such activities, but also you need to monitor them. Kama ni simu, mimi nilikuwa nasema mimi nachukuanga simu ya brother yangu na angalianga. Because nilikuja nikapata akona groups.
They look at,
Because there are channels right now. Channels. So I just take the phone. I found out kuna channels, and you know, he was just telling some people some other stuff. Unajua kuna vijana ama kuna wasichana wanaweza have conversation, wanakuwa na ile just I feel now they are teens now, na feel sasa they are grown ups. Wanasema mimi sitafanya homework, sitafanya assignment, nitaenda kama ni kufukuzwa hata nifukuzwe. Kwa unajua wengine wao wanatakanga wakifika shule warudi tu home. Si ati nijua ati school fees haijalipwa. So it's important to monitor them even on their phones. Kama huwezi link, wewe chukua tu simu. Kikataa basi kuwa na ile waambie hii simu sitakupatia for like a week or 2. Uone venye watafanya na wa engage na activities. It's important.
The way we were raised, and I usually love how my parents did things the way they did. They used to talk to us. So they didn't even need to, that time we didn't have like phones per se, at hivyo sana like right now with the social media and everything. But they used to talk to us. So even when you're alone, you won't do some things, not because you're seen, but because you know they are wrong. So I usually like to approach things that way. Like don't make them not do things because of that fear or ananiangalia ananifuatilizia kind of thing. But because they just know this one is wrong and I'm not supposed to do it.
But you know, talking of what she's saying, was, as you see, she's referring, or she's using a reference from what our parents did. An important thing to take even in this conversation, and it's psychologically, we normally say parents parent from a point of trauma. You parent your child from a point of what you saw being done or what you didn't see being done. So unataka kama ulisomeshwa day school ya ushago, unataka mtoto wako aende nini. It's not supposed to be that way. There are good things and there are bad things to take out of parenting. If you parent your child based on reference, alafu jipate unachukua vitu wrong, juu kuna watu wanajuanga kama mtoto hachapwi huyo hajakuwa mtoto mzuri. Lazima mtoto atandikwe ndio. But nowadays you see caning, just have conversation. Hata kama ni kiboko, chukua kama umemongelesha mara kadhaa, unaona haski. So as much as we are parenting our children, let's not parent our children from a point of trauma, from a point of reference of what our parents. There are good things to take and there are bad things to take. So teach your child, kama ni boy child, wazazi wetu walikuwa na boy child akilia inakuwa challenge. So teach your boy children right now that it's okay to express how you feel. So it's okay to feel bad, it's okay to feel lonely, it's okay to feel bored. Ndio hata wakikuja kukua adults wanajua that expressing how they feel is very okay.
I want us to go back to something you had brought, and I know maybe most parents would love to get to understand it a bit more. I know we don't have much time, but I want us to get back to your story, boyfriend and girlfriend. Because I mean, let's not bury our heads. It's they have boyfriends, they have girlfriends, right? So from a psychology, okay, we have a caller. Let's pick this caller and then we get back to that. Good morning. How are you, Zulfa?
I'm good.
Talk to us, tuambie.
I was watching on television.
Yes.
About nafanya nini watoto this holiday.
Yes.
Yes. So I was saying, for me, my kids nawapeleka nyumbani bara. They engage with their cousins from different places.
Yes.
And so wakiengage na cousins kama ni watoto wangu wa town, wanajifunza kukaa na animals, wanajifunza English, wanajifunza culture. When they come back from the holidays, they know more things they didn't know when they are in town.
Kwa hivyo lakini hujawapeleka ili usiwe nao, umewapeleka so that they can get to also experience that other side of life.
Yes.
Okay.
Because when they're at holiday in town, I take them to the park. They know the park. They know everywhere around town. So I give them a chance to know the other side of life.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Zilfa. All right, back to you, Anthony. You know, I want to get to hear your opinion from a psychologist's point of view. The same thing you're talking about. Now, this parent comes and tells you, my son is 16 years old. He has a 15-year-old girlfriend. Na anaomba ruhusa ya kuwa hang out na yeye once in a while. How do you approach that? Kwa sababu sasa sioni kama you can tell them, no, you can't have a girlfriend, you cannot have a boyfriend. Times have changed, but I want to hear it from you.
Now, you see, how it's supposed to be done, let me start from there. Conversations about boyfriends and girlfriends and lovers and partners should be started at a very young age, and also sex. So that hata wakikuwa teenagers ama wakifika adolescents, they can be able to know and understand what sex is, how sex, at what age inafanyika aje, boyfriend ni vizuri, what is boyfriend, what is girlfriend. Because if now your child or this boy who is 16 tells you that they want permission from you to go and visit their 15-year-old girlfriend. These people are absolutely minors. They are teenagers.
Yes.
And maybe this boy has come to this mom or the dad for maybe some cash. One, Vivian, you need to appreciate the fact that this child is open enough for that. Because there are such teenagers who are wanafanyanga chini ya maji. So one, if your child comes to you and tells you they have a boyfriend or they have a girlfriend and they want maybe permission to go say hi, take them on a date, hang out and stuff, appreciate the fact that they are open enough to tell you that this is happening. Number two, just allow them. But before you allow them, give them disclaimers. For example, as I said earlier, every family system has a structure. Tell them, if really you want to go say hi to your friend, you can go say hi to your friend. If it's a girl, it's fine. But also, ikifika ni mama, kama hujawahi have this conversation, kama hujawahi wa prepare before about sex and story of love and all that, and this is now your first time unaiface na wamekunini unawajai nini, it's start from there. It's okay, just allow them go and spend time, but also have that waekee hiyo structure na uambie kama ni kuspend time wacha ikuwe waambie in a public place, because wakipatikana na polisi ama whatever itakuwa shida. Another thing, kama ni kuwapea pesa, before uwapea pesa kwanza uliza the boy, kama ni boy amekuja ama this is a girl, muulize as much as unataka kwenda kuhang out na this other gender, na maybe unasema ni boyfriend yako ama ni girlfriend yako, what's your nature of relationship? Because you know, maybe they can say it's a boyfriend, but the understanding of boyfriend, it's a boy who is a friend, meaning they're not having any sexual whatever. So have the understanding. If they tell you this is my girlfriend, we are lovers, tumepandana sijui for 1 year, tulipatana funky, if they're open enough to tell you that, that's a bonus. But if they tell you, oh, we are just friends, we hang out, tulijuana maybe kwa funky na setup ile setbook za high school, ni sawa, wacha wa hang out, lakini strictly kwa in a public place. Na kama wanataka pesa na maybe wanakuambia mom nipatie kama 2000, well, usiwapatie ile open ya kuwapatia pesa. Maybe give them this first time, but also prepare them that you see, saa zingine ndio ifike level ya wewe kupata boyfriend na girlfriend saa hii, kama ni strictly nyinyi marafiki tu na hakuna kitu mnafanya, ni sawa. Now another thing, kama hamjai have conversations of sex, which I don't see, kuna wazazi wanafanyanga hivi, there are parents who actually, and it's not a good thing, I wouldn't advocate for that. I don't know what's your take. Would you give your boy child a condom? Na haja kuambia they're having a sexual relationship?
No.
Because their parents will say, I would give my boy a condom. Ndio kama wana have sex,
they use it.
Okay, I think this is a whole other conversation. Can we have it as a conversation on its own, you know? Let's have it as a conversation on its own, because it's really needed. It is a conversation that is really needed. As we're saying, hakuna haja ujifanye ni kama haya mambo hayaendelei, yanafanyika. So we need to have that conversation and talk about it. So probably that will be our topic next week. Let's have that as a topic next week, because as we've said, it's a long holiday and we need to really try and look at ways in which we'll ensure that our children are at home and they are safe at home, and you know, they don't get to engage in things that will be harmful to them in one way or the other. This is where we end this conversation. Thank you so very much, Nelly, for joining us. Thank you, Anthony, for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show.